The next time you go to a Brit Milah, a bris, a circumcision, you may hear the Mohel say the opening verses of our parasha. V'daber Hashem u'Moshe lemor, Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen, Heshivet chamati me'al b'nei Yisrael b'kanot kinati b'tocham. That Pinchas, the son of Elazar, the son of Aaron HaKohen, he turned back my anger from the Jewish people, and he was zealous on my behalf. Why are these verses said at a bris, according to some customs? What is the connection? And the Midrash Pirkei de Rebbe Eliezer teaches us something very, very fascinating. It notes that Pinchas is referred to as a kanai. He is a zealot. He was zealous for the honor of Hashem. The Jewish men were involved in absolute debauchery, sexual immorality, and he came to the fore, and he killed a leader who was engaged in an illicit act. And likewise, we find that Eliyahu HaNavi, the prophet Elijah, is referred to as a kanai. He is a zealot. He was zealous. He was ardent for Hashem. He challenged the priests of the Baal. There were many Israelites in the northern kingdom of the 10 tribes who had turned to idolatry, the idolatry of Baal. And Eliyahu challenged them to a contest. And he was successful in his contest. And the Midrash says that, or in fact we learn that after this contest, that Elijah the prophet ran to Mount Sinai. He ran away because the Jewish people were still involved in idolatry. And there Hashem had a discussion with the prophet Elijah. And he said, you have always been a zealot. You were zealous in the days of Pinchas, and you're zealous now. And it seems to be saying, the Midrash seems to be saying that Pinchas and Eliyahu are the same person. In fact, we know Pinchas is a Kohen. We know from the Talmud, Eliyahu HaNavi, Elijah is a Kohen. What does it mean they're the same person? Either it means that they're the same soul in a different body, or maybe Pinchas lived for a very, very long time and became Elijah. Whatever it means, these are one and the same character. And we say this at a bris. What else do we have at a bris? We have the Kisei Shel Eliyahu. We have the throne, the chair of Elijah. We put the baby on the throne of Elijah before the bris, and we say verses in which we invite the prophet to come. The prophet comes to every bris. Now the question is why? So again, the same Midrash, the Midrash Pirkei de Rebbe Eliezer, tells us that Hashem said to Elijah, you were zealous on my behalf, therefore I take an oath that you will be at every single bris. You will be there to witness it. What does this mean exactly? And there are two explanations, two famous parushim. The one is it's l'shevach. It's praise of Elijah. Elijah, you were so zealous. You were wonderful. You protected me. So therefore, you're going to be at each and every Brit Milah for all time. Another explanation is not quite like this. The other explanation is that Hashem said to Elijah, Elijah, you were so zealous, and you got so upset with the Jewish people because they continued to worship idolatry, and you gave up on them. And therefore, Elijah, I want to prove to you, you were wrong to give up on the Jewish people. You will go to every bris. You'll see. You thought they wouldn't keep the covenant. You know what? They'll still keep the covenant. They'll keep the covenant in the future. They'll keep the covenant when there's a Spanish Inquisition. They'll keep the covenant when there are Cossack uprisings. They'll keep the covenant during the Holocaust. They'll keep the covenant today when there's anti-Semitism. They'll always keep the covenant, and you will be there to witness it. From that we learn we should never give up on the Jewish people. Yes, they may stumble, they may fall, but ultimately they will come back to Hashem. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.